way this can be done is machine translation. Machine translation has its powers, but it has setbacks as well. The setback would be, of course, the quality. It can never be 100%, but it can definitely be good enough to make it useful, right? But the biggest power is speed. It's remarkable what it can achieve when a 10 Microsoft Word page document takes less than 3 seconds to be translated, and everybody, just after sort of a magic trick, can understand it. And that's where the actual passion came from.
Why is it so important to have it web-based?
I guess everybody knows the answer to that. I just don't want it to be out until I'm done with it. I do plan to make it open source after a while, but once everybody knows that where it originated from, not before that. Because I don't want anybody to make it a proprietary software just by making little changes to it and then launching it by their own name. So yeah, when the timing would be right, I would launch it, I would give it away as a form of API so everybody can use it. But even web-based, I think right now it's more important. Why? Because when you're introducing a new, for example, if I was in Pakistan, I was making sofa sets, right? I don't have to explain to anybody what it is. But over here, when I tell somebody I'm working on machine translation, I've been asked, okay, what machines do you translate? And I then actually have to sit down and explain to them the whole deal. So for them to adopt it soon enough, you need to make it easy and accessible. No installations required, nothing else required. What you need to do is go to your simple Internet Explorer, just add parktranslations.com in front of before any URL, and that's going to be translated in Urdu, and so does every other page that you click from there onwards. So that's the power of it. Pakistan has a population of 164 million, but there are around 4 to 5 million registered internet users still now, and that's sad. And the reason is some of it is the accessibility to internet, but the major portion has to do with the language barrier. Why? Because even, for example, my mom, my dad, right? We have 3-4 machines at home, but they never sit on the internet. It's the language barrier. That's it. So first we need to resolve that, and soon everybody's going to realize, once they've taken the internet to the corners of Pakistan, they're going to realize still there's no user base, and then they're going to realize what I realized, I guess, 3 years ago.
Okay, last question. Where do you see the future of, what kind of impact do you think your solution will make on Pakistan?
I wouldn't want to call it my solution as in to take it big time. I would need marketing help because I can take care of the technology part of it, but I need somebody behind it being on the driving seat of business to actually take it to the far corners. Because right now what Park Translations is not actually Urdu Internet, it's a showcase of Urdu Internet, showing the technology of what you can achieve with it. But I guess if used right and handled correctly, it can be the biggest IT revolution in the history of Pakistan. Why? Because there are only 4 million users now. If you can even quadruple it, that's a big achievement. That's a big achievement. That would be sort of start of a forest fire.
Okay. I'm sorry, I lied. Last question. Why are you so hesitant to take on venture capital support or financial support? I had several offers. The first ones which I got was from abroad, from worldlingo.com and lec.com and languageweavers.com. They're free translation companies, and they wanted a product, but I would rather give it, when I absolutely have to a local group. Why? Because I wanted to stay Pakistan. It would be very sad if the only thing that I have to ensure that for the end user it stays free. I don't want somebody to make a business out of it, and again it's going to be for the rich who can afford it, right? So the money should actually come from the corporate, not the end user. So that's why the more you share, the more you lose control of the vision. So I would rather to be in the driving seat as long as I can, and when I absolutely have to, and when I realize that now there's a bottleneck which I can't take care of myself, it's apart from technology, then I'll think of bringing somebody else in.